Hello and welcome back, dear students. Wish you all stay happy, healthy, and safe. I'm Yojana Parak, and today I will explain you fourth chapter from Standard 8 English textbook Honeydew. Name of this chapter is Bipin Chaudhary's Lapse of Memory, written by Satyajit Ray. Here you can see the image of Satyajit Ray. He is a very famous filmmaker. Both the characters, Bipin Chaudhary and Satyajit Ray, are Bengali. This story is about the lapse of memory of Bipin Chaudhary. In this story, we will see that Bipin Chaudhary feels that he has forgotten the trip to Ranchi he had taken. Now, whether he had actually taken the trip to Ranchi or not, and whether he has actually lost his memory or not, we will see in this story. So, let us begin now. Every Monday on his way back from work, Bipin Chaudhary would drop in at Kalicharan's New Market to buy books. On every Monday, after coming back from office, Bipin Chaudhary used to take a stoppage at the shop of Kalicharan in New Market to buy some books. Crime stories, ghost stories, and thrillers. So this kind of books he likes to read. Thrillers, that means a novel, play or film with an exciting plot, typically involving crime or espionage. Those stories which have suspense in it, Bipin Babu was very much interested in those stories. So he used to buy such kind of books. He had to buy at least 5 at a time to last him through the week. Why this line has been mentioned, it will be clear from the next line. He lived alone, was not a good mixer, had few friends, and did not like spending time in idle chat. Because of he used to live alone, there was no companion with him. He had no family, and even he was not a good mixer. That means he was not an extrovert person who used to meet people or make friends, or who used to talk with people much. So in that way he was an introvert person who had very few friends, and he did not like spending time in idle chat with other people. Idle chat, that means unnecessary or routine conversation. So because of he was an introvert person, so very rarely he used to talk with other people or with his friends. He used to sit alone only with himself, and when he get leisure time or free time, he did not talk to people, but instead of that he used to read books. Today at Kalicharan's, Bipin Babu had the feeling that someone was observing him from close quarters. We all have sixth sense, and sometimes our inner sense give us that instinct if someone is noticing or watching us for a while. Same way, Bipin Babu also got that instinct that someone was observing him, or you can say someone was watching him from a very near place. He turned round and found himself looking at a round-faced, meek-looking man who now broke into smile. When he turned, he saw a man was really looking at him, who had round face and was looking very meek, that means humble, quiet. So there was a very humble, quiet, round-faced man was standing, who was looking at Mr. Bipin Chaudhary. And when he turned, he smiled at him and said, "I don't suppose you recognize me." Recognize, that means to identify. So he was thinking that by the surprised expression of Bipin Babu, he assumed that Bipin Babu did not recognize him. Have we met before?" asked Bipin Babu. So Bipin Babu got surprised by looking a strange man who was asking him if he had recognized him or not. So Bipin Babu asked with surprise that have they ever met before? Then the man looked greatly surprised and he answered, we met every day for a whole week. For a whole week they met every day in that week. I arranged for a car to take you to the Hudru Falls in 1958 in Ranchi. My name is Parimal Ghosh. So he says that we have already met, and not even once or twice, we have met for 7 days, a whole week. And there I used to arrange a car to take you to the Hudru Falls in 1958 when you went to Ranchi. My name is Parimal Ghosh. So in this way, the man gives his introduction and the incident he explains how he knows Bipin Chaudhary. Ranchi, Bipin Babu again got surprised. Now Bipin Babu realized that it was not he but this man who was making a mistake. First, when that man introduced himself to Bipin Chaudhary, he felt that he might have forgotten that man. So he was thinking that he is mistaking in understanding that or recognizing that man. But when that man said that they had met at Ranchi, so then Bipin Babu got sure that it was not Bipin Babu but that man was mistaking in recognizing or understanding that man, Bipin Chaudhary. Bipin Babu had never been to Ranchi. He had been at the point of going several times. That means he was about to go to Ranchi, but he had never been to Ranchi. He smiled and said, do you know who I am? Then Bipin Babu asked, you gave your introduction, but do you know who I am? To whom you are talking, to whom you are explaining that incident? Are you sure you are talking to the right man? The man raised his eyebrows, bit his tongue and said, do I know you? Who doesn't know Bipin Chaudhary? Bipin Babu now turned toward the bookshelf and said, still you are making a mistake. One often does. I have never been to Ranchi. So when that man with a strong feeling he said that who doesn't know you? I clearly know and I clearly remember that you are Bipin Chaudhary whom I met for 7 days at Ranchi. Then again Bipin Babu thought, no, this man is making something mistake. So he says that still, if you know me, if you know my name, and if you remember that incident, again you are making mistake. It may be that this is a different this might be a different incident for a different person, and you are saying this to me. So you are making mistake at some point. What you are saying is not true, because I don't remember that I have ever been to Ranchi. So he says that one often does, that means people often makes mistakes, so you are also. But what you are assuming or what you are explaining, I don't think is true. I have never been to Ranchi. The man now laughed aloud. What are you saying, Mr. Chaudhary? You had a fall in Hudru and cut your right knee. I brought you iodine. I had fixed up a car for you to go to Netarhat the next day, but you couldn't because of the pain in the knee. Can't you recall anything? Someone else you know was also in Ranchi at that time, Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee, you stayed in a bungalow. You said you didn't like hotel food and would prefer to have your meals cooked by a bawarchi. Mr. Mukherjee stayed with his sister. You had a big argument about the moon landing, remember? I'll tell you more. You always carried a bag with your books in it on your sightseeing trips. Am I right or not? So then, when Bipin Chaudhary said that still you are making mistake, then the man laughed aloud because he wants to Bipin Babu realize that he was not making any mistake, and he was very sure that he knew Bipin Babu. What he says that he had met Bipin Babu at Ranchi, and what incident they had, he explains. He says Bipin Babu that Bipin Babu fall in Hudru and had a cut in his right knee, and that man whose name is Mr. Ghosh, he bought him iodine for his knee and had fixed up a car for him to go to Natar Hut the next day. But Bipin Babu couldn't because of the pain in the knee, and even he recall him or get him remember or memorize about one more thing, that at Ranchi there was his friend Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee, and Mr. Bipin Babu had stayed in a bungalow, not in a hotel, because he said that he would not prefer to have meals cooked by he would not prefer the meal cooked at hotel, and he would prefer the meal cooked by bawarchi. That is why he stayed in a bungalow, not in a hotel. And Mr. Mukherjee, his friend, stayed with his sister. Even Bipin Babu had a big argument about the moon landing with Mr. Mukherjee. And one more thing he tells about Bipin Babu and his meeting at Ranchi, that Bipin Babu used to carry a bag of books always with him at the sightseeing when he used to visit the Ranchi. So all these things he explained about Bipin Babu and whatever incident they had at Ranchi. Bipin Babu spoke quietly, his eyes still on the books. Which month in 58 are you talking about? As the man said that you had been in Ranchi in the year of 1558. So then Bipin Babu asked him, which month in 58 are you talking about? In which month you recall that I went to Ranchi? He thought that someone was making fun with him. The man said October. No sir, said Bipin Babu, I spent puja in 58. In October we have Durga Puja in Bengal. So that is why he says that I spent puja, that means that Durga Puja, the festival, I spent in 58 with a friend in Kanpur in October. You are making a mistake. Goodbye. But the man didn't go, nor did he stop talking. He still continued his talking with or his conversation with Bipin Babu, and tried a lot to make Bipin Babu believe that they had met at Ranchi. Very strange. One evening I had tea with you in a veranda of your bungalow. You spoke about your family. You said you had no children and that you had lost your wife 10 years ago. Your only brother had died insane. Insane, that means those who are mentally disturbed. Which is why you didn't want to visit the mental hospital in Ranchi. There is a mental hospital which is very famous in Ranchi, and he didn't want to visit that place. Although he visited every famous place of Ranchi, but he didn't went to mental hospital because his brother had died, who was insane. When Bipin Babu had paid for the books and was leaving the shop, the man was still looking at him in utter disbelief. That means he was completely surprised at why Mr. Bipin Babu was not realizing those incidents and was not remembering all those incidents which happened with him at Ranchi. So he explained everything about Bipin Babu and their meeting at Ranchi, and he tried to convince Bipin Babu about that. But Bipin Babu didn't pay any attention to him, and after paying the bill for books, he left the shop. And the man stood there surprised. Bipin Babu's car was safely parked in Bertram Street by the Lighthouse Cinema. He told the driver as he got into the car, "Just drive by the Ganga. Will you, Sitaram?" Sitaram was the name of his driver. Driving up the Strand Road, Bipin Babu regretted having paid so much attention to the intruder. He felt that I should not pay that much attention towards that intruder who was an unknown person, who had never met me ever before, and he might be making fun with me. He might be joking, and whatever he said, it wasn't true. Because as he remembered, he had never been to Ranchi. That is why he says that person an intruder, because he thought that this person is unknown and was trying to make fun with me, and he gave no importance to that man. No question about it. He was very sure that whatever that man was saying was not true. It was inconceivable that he should forget such an incident which took place only 6 or 7 years ago. He had an excellent memory, unless Bipin Babu's had reeled. That means he was shocked and confused. So unless Bipin Babu gets shocked or confused, he doesn't forget anything, because he thinks that he had an excellent memory. And he was very sure that he could not forget any incident which just took place only before 6 or 7 years ago. And it was totally inconceivable for Bipin Babu. It was totally unbelievable for Bipin Babu. He couldn't accept that he forgotten a whole trip to Ranchi, the place where he always wanted to go. Was he losing his mind? Losing his mind, that means becoming mad. But how could that be? He was working daily in his office. It was a big firm, and he was doing a responsible job. He wasn't aware of anything ever going seriously wrong. Only today he spoke for half an hour at an important meeting, and yet the man knew a great deal about him. How? He even seemed to know some intimate details. The bag of books, wife's death, brother's insanity. The only mistake was about his having gone to Ranchi. Not a mistake, a deliberate lie. In 58, during the puja, he was in Kanpur at his friend Haridas Bagchi's place. All Bipin Babu had to do was write to no. There was no way of writing to Haridas. Bipin Babu suddenly remembered that Haridas had left with his wife for Japan some weeks ago, and he didn't have his address. Now, when Bipin Babu was traveling by Ganga, he wanted a peaceful atmosphere to think about whatever that man had said. That is why he was traveling by that road. Now when he was thinking about that person, he thought that I'm giving too much importance to that unknown person. How can it be that I have forgotten something? Because I'm doing a job and I am a very responsible person. Even I don't forget anything at my working place. Even today I had a meeting, an important meeting. How can this be? Maybe I am becoming mad? Because only today he spoke for half an hour at an important meeting, and yet the man knew a great deal about him. He was thinking that might be this was the mistake of that man, because it can't be possible for Bipin Babu that he forget anything, which was a very near incident just before 6 or 7 years. So, and it was a whole trip of the place where he always wanted to go, but he couldn't. So he was very sure that it can't be that he had forgotten anything, but still he couldn't believe few things, that the man, whatever he talked, it was very true, because the man knew very intimate details about Bipin Babu. Intimate, that is very personal. The death of his wife, his brother's insanity, and the bag of books he always used to carry. These all things were very personal and private about Bipin Babu. No one stranger can know about these things. But still he knew the only one mistake he was making about the Ranchi trip. And he thought that no, it was not just a mistake. It was a deliberate lie that man was saying. Deliberate, that means intentionally he was lying with me. He wanted to make some kind of mischief or do some kind of fun with me. That is why he was telling lie. In 58, he clearly remembered that during the puja he was at Kanpur with his friend Haridas Bagchi. Then, to make it sure, he thought that he should write a letter to Haridas Bagchi. Then suddenly he got remembered that no, I can't write Haridas a letter, because just he remembered that Haridas had left with his wife for Japan just before some weeks, and he didn't have the address of Haridas, so he cannot contact Haridas now. But where was the need for proof? He himself was fully aware that he had not been to Ranchi. Why do I need proof for myself? I am proof for myself. I am right that I am totally sure, and I have faith, and completely I am confident that my memory can't lie with me, and I am sure that I have never been to Ranchi. And that was that. The river breeze was bracing, and yet a slight discomfort lingered in Bipin Babu's mind. Bracing, that means stimulating. The breeze was stimulating, and yet Bipin Babu felt discomfort, which was in his mind for a long period since he met that strange person. Around Hastings, Bipin Babu decided to roll up his trousers and take a look at his right knee. There was the mark of an old inch-long cut. It was impossible to tell when the injury had occurred. Hasting, that is rapidly, or doing any action in a hurried manner. So, as he recalled that yes, that man had told that I had an injury in my right knee. So, he wanted the proof whether that man was, whatever he was saying was right or not. So, he immediately rolled up his trousers and saw his right knee whether there was any mark of any injury or not. So, there he found actually there was a mark of 1 inch long cut in his right knee, and it was impossible for him to recall that when this injury had happened to him. Had he never had a fall as a boy and cut his knee, it might be that this injury can be of his childhood. He tried to recall such an incident but couldn't, because it was just an inch cut and it might be of any year before this. It was not sure that it was this cut would have happened at Ranchi only. He was thinking that it may be that this cut would have happened in my childhood. Then Bipin Babu tried to recall that incident when he had that cut on his knee, but he couldn't. Then Bipin Babu suddenly thought of Dinesh Mukherjee. Yes, he took the name of Dinesh Mukherjee. He was my friend. And he said that Dinesh Mukherjee was also there at Ranchi. He might be aware of that incident. The man had said that Dinesh was in Ranchi at the same time. The best thing surely would be to ask him to get the proof whether that man was right or whether Bipin Babu was right. The best thing surely would be to ask Dinesh Mukherjee. He lived quite near in Benindon Street. What about going right now? But then, if he had really never been to Ranchi, what would Dinesh think if Bipin Babu asked for a confirmation? He would probably conclude Bipin Babu was going nuts. He has gone mad or crazy. It would be ridiculous to ask him directly. If he go there and ask him, have I ever been to Ranchi? It would sound weird. So first Bipin Babu, because he was very excited, nervous and tensed by the words of that man, so he thought I should go to Dinesh Mukherjee. But then he got a thought that it would sound weird if I asked directly that. So he thought that he should not go directly and ask him whether he was at Ranchi or not. And he knew how ruthless Dinesh sarcasm could be. Sipping a cold drink in his air-conditioned living room, Bipin Babu felt at ease again. Such a nuisance. Just because they have nothing else to do, they go about getting into other people's hair. Then Bipin Babu went to his home and he was thinking about that man. Ruthless, that means having or showing no pity or compassion for others. He says that Dinesh, when he will make fun of others, he will have no pity on anyone. So that is why it would be ridiculous if I go and directly ask him. He will ridiculously make fun of me and will have no pity on me. Nuisance, that is a person or thing causing inconvenience or annoyance. He thought that that man was doing whatever he said, it was inconvincing and annoying, because whatever he said, it can't be true at all. And getting into other people's hair, that means to annoy or bother someone. So he thought that it was just to bother me, just to trouble me or make fun with me. It was just a prank. After dinner, snuggling in bed with one of the new thrillers he bought from that Kalicharan's shop, Bipin Babu forgot all about the man in New Market. So when he was reading the book, he forgot all the incident. Next day, in the office, Bipin Babu noticed that with every passing hour, the previous day's encounter was occupying more and more of his mind. He was thinking more and more about those incidents which were explained by that strange person, Mr. Ghosh. If the man knew so much about Bipin Babu, how could he make such a mistake about the Ranchi trip? When that man knew everything about Bipin Babu, he was not mistaking in anything else. How can he make mistake about the trip of Ranchi? Because Bipin Babu was sure that he had never been to Ranchi, but the man was saying that he had been to Ranchi with him. So all other things, whatever he said, were true. But only one thing was inconvincing for Bipin Babu, that was the trip to Ranchi. So Bipin Babu was worried and he was thinking more and more about that man and whatever the incident he explained. Just before lunch, Bipin Babu decided to ring up Dinesh Mukherjee. Finally, he couldn't tackle that bother, he couldn't tackle that burden, and he decided to ring up to call Dinesh Mukherjee. It was better to settle the question over the phone, so at least his headache can be removed. At least the embarrassment on his face wouldn't show. If he will call him, he won't have to face the embarrassment in front of Dinesh Mukherjee. So he decided not to go at his home but to call him. 2356116. In this way he was dialing the number of Dinesh Mukherjee. Hello, is that Dinesh? This is Bipin here. Well, what's the news? I just wanted to find out if you recall an incident which took place in 58. 58? What incident? Were you in Calcutta right through that year? That's the first thing I have got to know. Wait just a minute. 58, just let me check in my diary. So in this way, Dinesh Mukherjee was also not very certain about the incident which had happened before 6 to 7 years. So when Bipin Babu tried to get the confirmation indirectly by asking where he was in 58. So he asked whether you were in Calcutta only, where right now they are, or you were somewhere else in 58. So Dinesh Mukherjee says that I don't remember exactly, so let me check in my diary. He used to write diary every day. So now in this way, first part of the story comes to an end. Now whatever happens with Bipin Babu later on, what Dinesh Mukherjee will say, and whether the incident explained by that man were true or not, or whether actually Bipin Babu had lost his memory or not, we will see in the next part. Till then, keep on studying and do take care of yourself. Thank you for being with me. Bye-bye.